Good day to and welcome, I'm Makerization, and today I'm going to show you how World of Warcraft Legion actually runs on integrated graphics. In my case, it's on the processor which is i5 6200U, and the integrated graphics are known as HD 520. Now, if you have different type of integrated of processor from Intel, which of this generation, which is the sixth one, also known as Skylake, you might have different integrated graphics. They all share the number 500. However, there are differences between them, yet the power is more or less 10 up to 15% higher and lower, and therefore this test is actually suitable for majority of them, at least in the cases of i5s and i3s. So let's get into it. How does it run? Let's show you the combat. Now we have a little spike down to 23, as you can see. Just really not focusing on the game. 30, stable 30, and yeah. Once more effect appear, this happens. So it actually ranges somewhere between 20 to 30. Let's show you these settings right now. Now the system, you can see, running on 1600 to 900. That's because I really like the looks of it at 1600 at 720p, which actually makes it a lot more playable. It is kind of nasty, and wow, I don't want to look at the game like that in 2016. So the rest of the graphics are really low. As you can see, it actually Legion on the lowest settings actually look very similar to old World of Warcraft's vanilla TBC, and actually even Wrath of Lich King maybe Wrath of Lich King on lower settings, but as a vanilla and TBC on the highest settings. So that's some achievement, I have to say. And let's take a look at the hardware monitor. So, the hardware monitor, as you can see, the CPU is spec'd at 100, and that happens a lot of times. Don't forget that I'm recording right now, therefore I am not really opting for the best performance I can. The recording itself lowers the views or the FPS just by 3 up to 4 FPS, so the average is around 24 up to 30, and as you can see, it just clock at 100 every single time. As I was not recording, I actually tried to work a bit with setting priorities in what's the name of that, you know, when you press Control is it Control Shift Ask? Yeah, it's Control Shift Ask, and you go in Windows 10 into what's that? I can't recall the names. Then you can actually set priorities, so you can say into real time, high, higher than average, and these things. So as you begin, everything's on average. However, I found out that if you set it on high, not real time, please don't ever try real time, it will make your mouse stutter, because all the other systems of Microsoft will stop working, and this is including mouse support. So it doesn't stop working, but it really works badly. So go up to high, and at that point it actually bought me like 5 to 6 FPS, because the rest of the system was tremendously slow. Once you alt tab out of the game, you won't be able to do anything, because the game actually takes the majority of the power. Even pressing stuff like your Windows button will take a long time afterwards. However, the game will go a lot more smoother. So for some people it might be the save they are looking for. So I hope that this helps a bit. I think that the game is playable. I haven't tried it actually on in raids, because there are no raids right now, so it's kind of hard to say how it will run on integrated graphics. in when there are 40 people around you, 60 people around you, and you know, you just a lot of effects around, you might have to change to 720p for those. However, as the game works right now and looks right now with these 900p, I think this is acceptable in this time. And if you are just leveling, you really don't need more than 22 FPS. As you can see, it stays around 25, and as I said, I'm recording, which lowers it a bit, so yeah, just take that into consideration, please. And I really hope that this helps you decide whether to get Legion or not. And I think that if you weren't sure whether you can run it, well, you probably can on the lowest settings. So thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this and this helps you. Once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.